Let's go! Drivers, start your engines!
Boogity, boogity, boogity! Let's go racing, boys!
Stewart, fight for second.
You know what I like, DW? We just saw Tony Stewart in a 14 car make that pass up in that second groove. We wasn't sure we were going to have that early. I believe we got a second groove of racing.
I think I like that pass right there even better. Down low into one, got under Mark. Mark gave him room. Tony's off to the races.
Welcome back to Phoenix. 16 laps in. There's the reason for the first caution of the day. Jimmie Johnson had taken the lead from Tony Stewart, and in the back straightaway, Clint Bowyer had cut down a tire on his number 15 Toyota. Double file restart. Everybody still on the lead lap. One car off track. Michael McDowell, the Glendale, Arizona native, has taken his car to the garage.
It really wasn't surprised to see those top 10 or so drivers stay out.
Whoa! Kasey Kahne just smacked the heck out of the fence coming off turn 4.
The number 5 of Kahne expected to contend today, and now the pack will work its way past him. We are still green as Kahne tries to get to the bottom of the racetrack.
I know I gave you a couple of woes there, but he lost it, then he caught it, and then it shot right out in the fence. Did a lot of damage.
Kahne was the second place car. He now drops to 42nd and will come to pit road.
He actually hit that pretty hard with that right front, especially our winner from the November race.
Kasey Kahne just radioed and said something is broken in the suspension. Kenny Francis thinks it's a sway bar arm on the right front. Now he's saying upper control arm, and the lower control arm is bent as well. Mechanic's got the hood up now.
Car on the wall, turn 4. It's Clint Bowyer. He's in trouble for the second time.
He's cut down another right front.
When you cut tires down that often and that close together, that's normally something rubbing the inside of the tire, possibly.
Yeah, it could be a sway bar arm. That happens a lot. That arm sets real close to the inside of the tire. It could be a brake duct, but something's cutting that tire down.
Now Bowyer gets down to the apron without incident, so we continue under green. Off in the distance, here comes Bowyer. Second red car.
And there it goes. I mean, that's just a cut down tire. Didn't hit the wall very hard, but it did do pretty significant damage.
Fire right now from Kevin Harvick in that 29. Darrell talked about information being transferred. This was the last pit stop, though. Watch the rear tire changer, but look, he never quit digging. And if you'll watch, the left side tires came off at the same time. But Darrell, you talked about information being transferred from one organization to another.
Johnson makes his move to the inside for the lead. And the all-time lap leader at Phoenix, 877 and counting, Jimmie Johnson out front. Kurt Busch slip sliding around. Here comes Matt Kenseth and younger brother Kyle Busch in the 18. Kyle Busch to third, or second rather, behind Johnson. Kenseth battling Kurt Busch for third.
Dale Jr. in the 88 car, he had a great Daytona, but not today. His car is wrecking loose. He says it's chatter in the right rear, and he is falling back. He's in 26th spot and doesn't like his car.
Krista, he made an extra pit stop under that last caution and fell from 24th to 31st.
Yes, he did, Mike. The reason why the team needed to pull the fender from a tire rub. When Junior came down pit lane that extra time, he told crew chief Steve Letarte, I don't remember hitting anyone. The team told him, well, Eric Almirola slid up into you early in the race. They took advantage of the extra stop by putting extra Sunoco fuel in the car.
Casey Mears in the Geico number 13, running 27th. Last car on the lead lap is okay. After a big hit with the turn 1 wall, look at him just in front of the onboard camera on Kasey Kahne's number 5.
We actually are racing Landon Castle in the 83, though. He's on our lap. That's up here. Stay low, stay low. Come on. You're all clear.
Mike, that had the appearance of too much rear brake. Got down in the corner, got on the brakes, locked up the rear maybe a little bit.
And Darrell, that's what a driver will go to. He has those two systems, front and rear. If maybe the car's not turning under braking, he can put a little bit of rear brake into it.
Yeah, and if you're having a brake problem, you can dial a little to the rear, try to help that. Look like it may have had too much. That's just how it looked.
Under caution for the 4th time today, coming out of turn number 4, A.J. Allmendinger's number 22 Dodge gets a little loose. Paul Menard slams into him, and Jamie McMurray is also involved. Have a look.
Mike, I was watching that 22 car. He was struggling. He was really falling back, or at least he was having a hard time keeping up. And he probably got up out of the gas a little bit, and Menard in the 27 nerfed him. Gets a little bit loose. You can see him fighting the wheel right there. Broke his momentum just enough. Menard got him.
And what really knocked the deck lid off of A.J. Allmen's 22 car was actually when he hit the wall on the outside. Knocked spoiler, deck lid, and all off.
They were battling under caution in Phoenix. 137 laps complete out of 312, and this is the 3rd pit stop under this caution for Jimmie Johnson to work on the right rear.
And I believe they probably have some lug stud issues, what the lug nuts go on, and probably what they may do is add a little bit of wheel spacer on there just to take care of where maybe those threads on the lug stud are having an issue.
Chad looks pretty confident. He didn't look like he was all that worried. And it is a pretty easy fix if that's the problem.
As we see right here, a battle for the lead. Kevin Harvick in the 29 underneath Kyle Busch in the 18. Kevin Harvick led this race earlier, wanting to lead again.
I just think running yesterday's race, Larry, would be invaluable with this reconfigured racetrack to get information that some people may not have.
And both of those drivers ran yesterday's race, Kyle Busch and Kevin Harvick.
Kyle Busch completes the pass and goes back to the lead.
It's rather frustrating to be sitting there like Harvick is, and you see here now he's got a pretty good run alongside of Kyle. Might even do a little side drafting off of him if that's possible. But he'd get a little bit annoyed, and Kyle just overdrove the corner.
That's what that smoke was. That was brake smoke, or possibly even sliding the wheel.
He slid the right front a little bit, and that opened the door, and there goes Harvick right by with Mark in hot pursuit.
And Tony Stewart is not maintaining race pace.
No, he's coasting.
All right, Truex Martin back on. Logano is in. Jeff Burton, Kyle Busch.
For Tony Stewart, he shut his engine off like you used to traditionally with the carbureted engines to try to save fuel. It would not refire. That's what he's telling the team.
He was 13th at the time. And now Tony Stewart has gone a lap down as they push him onto pit road during this caution for smoke from the back of David Rudelman's car. Ryan Newman, what a job he's done in a backup car as he battles side by side with Edwards into turn 3 for 6th place.
There he goes.
And around he goes.
He and Carl got together.
Yellow is out. Yellow is out.
Just slipped up the hill a little bit. Carl got it under him.
10 more.
Right here today.
Ryan Newman was 6th on the outside of Carl Edwards when they made contact at turn 4.
Jimmie Johnson in that 48, he just went by both of them.
One of the hardest things to do on any racetrack we go to is go in a corner side by side with another car, because this is what happens so many times.
You know,
Keselowski's led 3 laps so far today. He could be about to lead his 4th.
boy, he overdrove that corner though, all the way almost up against the wall.
Hamlin.
Dirty tires, got in there too hot. Probably a little stage right over there maybe from the accident, or at least dirt on the track.
Keselowski's best finish here, 15th in this race last year. And he goes from the lead back to 6th. Here's how it happened.
Oh, you can just see how much harder he drove in the corner than Denny Hamlin at 11 did. You saw that gap open a little bit. Just overdrove it a tad.
So Hamlin is the leader. Harvick picks up a 10th.
He got him. He gained a bunch right there.
All right, he's got 2 to go here. Let's get him.
1 car length, and the closer is there, knocking on the door.
I'll tell you, if he doesn't run out of gas.
2 to go. You get him. Come on, man. Up on that wheel.
I love it. Get up on that wheel.
And look at Kevin Harvick. Drove that thing down in there. It's almost like he's found a little something down there in 1 and 2.
Loses it off of 2. Just lost. Uh-oh. He's out of fuel. He's out of gas.
Looks like he may be out.
He's out of fuel. Hamlin's home free. And
For his 18th career win, Denny Hamlin delivers. Checkered flag in Phoenix.
Harvey's going to hang on for second. How about that?
That's Harvick, 5.8 back. He makes it to the line just ahead of Greg Biffle. And how about champion crew chief of 2011, Darian Grubb, picking up just about where he left off at the end of last season with Tony Stewart.
Yes, sir.
Headed for the winner's circle.
So happy for Darian Grubb.